Welcome to Happily Ever Aftermath, the podcast that explores the movies that influenced how we view love and romantic relationships. Yes, there will be spoilers. I'm your host, Diana Rojek-Sconard. Don't beep with the babysitter. We're talking about Adventures in Babysitting 1987, and I am very pleased that I am joined by two wonderful guests with me. Steve, Izzy, welcome.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Izzy.
And this isn't everything I learned from movies, but they're here, so I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
Adventures in Babysitting. Oh, amazing. Steve?
Yes.
If I recall correctly, this is your quote-unquote pick.
Oh, it absolutely is.
This is Steve's movie, yeah.
Yeah. So Adventures in Babysitting came out in 1987, as many of you may know. Steve was, 6 years old. He was raised on a diet of, Ghostbusters and Revenge of the Nerds, as you may have heard in past podcasts. And then, 1987 came around, Adventures in Babysitting, and I found my first crush. And it was Elizabeth Shue.
Yes, to the point that when we started to get serious, Steve made it a point to let me know that if he ever had a chance with Elizabeth Shue, he would drop me like a hot potato, and I needed to be okay with that. And I am.
Because I'm a gentleman.
Hey, you warned me. You didn't just spring it on me like, hey, sorry, I'm with Elizabeth Shue now.
Yeah, you know the chick from Hamlet too? Yeah. I may run off with her just so you're aware.
Oh yeah, the cold fusion scientist from The Saint.
That's right. Dr. Holloman herself.
Fantastic. And that's just what's really great is that Hamlet 2 is the most recent thing I thought of. And just
have you not seen The Boys on Amazon Prime?
I knew about that, but that's not a movie, so...
Oh, true. Yeah.
I did step back. Yeah, I saw her on that, and I'm just like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Saw the premise of The Boys. Oh, I can't handle this. Too much.
Yeah, it's a little much, yeah.
The Boys is a lot. It's good, but it's a lot. Do not get attached to any characters.
So it's like superhero Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Imagine the dumbest kids at your high school could now crush a head with their thumb.
No, thank you.
Oh, and by the way, they're on like $1 million sports contracts.
I blame Elizabeth Shue's character for this.
Well,
spoiler alert! No.
So, okay. So before we get into Adventures in Babysitting, even more so, I have to ask, Izzy, do you have an equivalent Elizabeth Shue that you're allowed to run off with? And Steve has to be okay with it?
I really don't. But I'm not a girl who falls in love easily. Yeah. Like I've never.
Not even Kurt Russell.
I mean, definitely dinner for sure, but I don't know if I'd run off with them. Like I don't get celebrity crushes because I just assume they're all huge douchebags. I mean, if Rod Serling was still alive, maybe.
I love this so much right now.
Getting a peek into our psyches, aren't you, Diana?
Steve, she only has eyes for you.
Well, I mean, can you blame her?
All right, so here's the thing. Would I run off with a celebrity on Steve? Not at all. Would I be kidnapped by a van full of puppies? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, yeah.
Steve, there's a go! Goodbye forever!
Go to the core, bitch.
Okay!
You know what? That is beautiful. That is amazing.
I don't trust love. I do trust a cute face.
Okay, so now we go back in. And I actually said Steve's pick, quote unquote, because I want to underline that I myself loved this movie when I was younger. Yeah. And in fact, I had to remember what it was. And it was one of those classic, I recorded this off of USA, and it was definitely edited. So a lot of this is just like, what's happening? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's definitely parts you tend to forget about this movie. And when they come up, it's like, oh shit, that's right.
See, I did not grow up with this movie. I didn't see it until Steve introduced it to me.
Oh.
Ooh, when was that?
About 7-8 years ago?
About 7-8 years ago, yeah.
Okay. That's not so long ago. So you get to watch this with an adult perspective, and Steve and I are coming at it with the youngin, naive, only held on to the parts that we liked the most parts.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For those of you unfamiliar, Adventures in Babysitting, it's basic premise. A babysitter must battle her way through the big city after being stranded there with the kids she's looking after. And we'll fill in a couple of the blanks too, where it's she's supposed to have this amazing dinner with her boyfriend who cancels on her. Her best friend runs away, and she has to go pick her up at the bus station. And she brings the kids with her, and then, you know, mayhem ensues afterwards. It's Elizabeth Shue, formerly discussed with our Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead actor Keith Coogan, which I think that's now 2 babysitting movies that he has on his resume, at least.
At least, yeah.
At least. Let's see here. Who else is in the cast here? So Maya Bruton plays young Sarah. Yeah, Anthony Rapp, a very, very, very fresh acting Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Penelope Ann Miller as Brenda. You've got all right, so I'll have to do a side question after we're through the cast here. Bradley Whitford as Mike.
Yeah. Bradley Whitford, who even in 1987 looks conservatively 42 years old.
Right. He's way too old for her.
Yeah, when he drove up in the red Camaro, to which I replied, "Oh shit, this is why I love red Camaros so much." And he steps out, it's like, "Oh, that's right, he's the douche boyfriend." Like a good 12 years before Happy Gilmore. No, Billy Madison, that's the one he's in. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yes, and hold on to that thought because I will return to it in a minute. Let's also make note of George Newbern. You've got...
Who's not Paul Rudd, I found out.
It's true.
He would be the groom from Father of the Bride. That's what I think of him as.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he's in, I guess, Scandal a little more recently, and apparently he's also the voice of Superman in a bunch of DC animated universe stuff. Who knew?
Wait. So that means he is probably the voice of Steve's favorite Superman, who has a conversation with Bruce Wayne. Mid-conversation does not acknowledge it at all, just it's an act of the animation, puts his arm up, a bald eagle lands on it, he pets it, and then it flies off.
Yes, I believe that was from Death of Superman. Yeah. That's the one.
I don't know this one, but I want to watch it so bad right now.
It's the strangest scene. Like it's Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent getting together in a horse field for some reason to talk, and they're both like kind of older. It was one of the movies where it's like old Batman, and yeah, like they're just talking about like what are we gonna do about all of this, and this bald eagle just lands on Clark Kent's arm.
Yeah, Clark Kent like literally puts the leg up on like a tree stump or something, like
That's
that
right.
pose with the arm out, and a bald eagle lands on it. It's like, God damn it, Clark.
And they do not acknowledge it in the audio. If you were just listening, you'd have no idea this happened.
All right, so I know exactly what I'll be doing once we're done recording this episode. Oh my God, we'll just work our way through the rest of the cast as it happens because I've officially just kind of checked out. Thinking
My
about
apologies, we've already derailed it.
No, that's okay. Okay, so you know what? No, I will. I'll take that back. So Bradley Whitford, when he was in this movie, and you also mentioned Billy Madison, and then I really think about it of when you've got him in Revenge of the Nerds Part 2.
That's
Nerds
right.
in Paradise. And I'm wondering, does he win the award for that douche?
I mean, he was also on West Wing and stuff like that too, right? I don't know. I haven't seen the show, but I hear.
I'm not going to think about that too hard because they're allowed, an actor is allowed to take multiple, roles. But if you also remember him in Get Out, where he's just like a different brand of douche.
Yeah. I'd say he's found a nice little niche for himself. There was that one TV series he was kind of hilarious in, the Nice Guys, or the other guys, or is him and Colin Hanks or whatever. Yeah,
I was curious about that one. I just remember a lot of people were upset when it got canceled.
Yeah, well, I mean, I only watched like the first 3 episodes, and then I don't know, they started changing nights or something. So it's like, I don't care anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember it being pretty good.
Yeah. Also, a shout out to Bradley Whitford in Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah, him and Richard Jenkins as the, I don't know, the guys.
He's the guy again. Yeah, and I want to put that up again, and it all comes back to Elizabeth Shue because I think Bradley Whitford and William Zakba have that wonderful, oh my god, it's that dickhead.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got Cobra Kai now, so it's like, well, I mean, he's in other things, so maybe he's not. I think he's put enough on his IMDb to say douche.
Yeah, totally.
To be typecast. And,
I'm looking for a douche type. Get me Bradley Whitford. Yeah, I can totally see it.
He's not available. William Zakba it is.
What's Billy Zane up to? Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh, God. I like all of this right now.
This is such a good path we're on.
You're right, Izzy. Let's come back now. Steve, tell me, 8-year-old Steve, did you watch it throughout the years?
6-year-old Steve, yeah, probably 6 through 8 or 9-year-old Steve watched this fairly regularly. Like I don't know if we had a copy or it was just like something we rented every so often, but yeah, I definitely watched this a lot. And, the opening little dance number where she's singing to "And Then He Kissed Me," like that whole thing, and the incredible 80s fashion involved with that. Looking back nowadays, I'm like,
well, and it's all in right now.
Oh, those shoulder pads.
They're in. The sweater dresses, they're in.
Yep. Although I do think that her coat and scarf could happen now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like all of her fashion specifically in this, you could wear out and about and nobody would like think it was out of place.
Could you, Izzy, did your sweater ever match your shoes the way hers did?
No, but I grew up like really, really poor, and so I didn't own sweaters because they would tear easily. No, that's not going to happen. And I mostly wore hiking boots because they don't wear out.
Hiking boots are amazing. I refer to mine as my Daria boots.
Yes, I wish mine were that cool.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got young Steve absorbing this. Your brain has not fully formed yet, and it's just been absorbing all of Elizabeth Shue as Chris, our title character babysitter. I felt really bad for her, well, pretty much through all of this, because this is like, even though they say at the end this is like the best night of their lives, I think she was just being nice to those kids because I can't see that being the best night of her life.
Yeah, I mean, it starts off with like, her douche boyfriend giving her the cold shoulder, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, move on to the next one. And then her friend Brenda's like, oh, you only like him because it's your first boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, how the hell is that her first boy? Look at her.
Oh, and her friend.
What about Ralph Macchio?
Her friend's even like, oh no, he's got another date. You need to move on, girl.
Yeah. By the way, I had never realized until watching it this time that Brenda was played by Penelope Ann Miller, and I'm like, oh shit, it's the girl from Carlito's Way.
I think it's weird that like Penelope Ann Miller, it's like, I know who she is, but I can't for the life of me tell you what she's been in because she's just there. Like she kind of blends in with like the Elizabeth Perkinses and the Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonios for me. If you have 3 names or if you are like the sidekick in something, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, I could see it. She's the female Gary Oldman. No, I'm just kidding.
Also, I think she also was married to Will Arnett.
No, I don't know. I believe it. I can see it.
Again, or I'm mixing her up with someone else. I can't remember.
He makes me laugh. Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, yeah. No, I would marry Will Arnett.
Look, if Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy can get together, then, like, anything is possible.
Yeah, like Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh my god, is that a thing?
They're married.
Oh, well, good for them.
Aw. Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm actually with you where I was kind of, I was rewatching it. The beginning thing, like I watched that beginning thing of her dancing, getting ready for her date on a loop in my formative years. And when I saw Goodfellas for the first time, I'm like, Martin Scorsese, you hack.
Yeah.
I mean, also, yes.
And I thought I was just being, glib about it. But then the song Gimme Shelter appears later on. I'm like, oh my God, it's true. Martin Scorsese just decided to, rip off Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, huge Adventures in Babysitting fan, Martin Scorsese. It's been noted.
Yes, exactly. And it makes sense, though, because I didn't realize until I was doing research for the podcast, this movie's directed by Chris Columbus, and it's his directorial debut.
Yeah, after writing like 8 hits in a row or something like that, they're like, yeah, give him the keys, you know?
I mean, there's a great Mitch Hedberg joke about that, where it's just like, you're a comedian, okay, write then. And it's just, I don't remember the actual joke part of it, but it's true, though. It's just, why do you know, if you're around it, sure, but just don't give them the keys to the entire budget. Just, let them shadow, be an assistant director. Is that not how Hollywood works?
Well, I mean, it's unfortunately for Chris Columbus, it's all been downhill from here, and it ended with, the Harry Potter series. So,
oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The 2 worst Harry Potter movies.
Wait, did he do the first 2? I don't even know which ones he did. I just remember
he did those.
No, that's when they were actually kids.
Oh my God, Adventures in Hogwarts.
Excuse me, Mistress Shue. Can you...
Oh no, I've got to go into London now. I'm going to have to take this entire hall of kids.
He took the troll to that restaurant without me?
Skinnius Maximus, or I don't know.
Thinner. Steve is a wizard.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other thing that really kind of happened was, I don't remember most of the movie after, like, oh, okay, they have to go into the city. I couldn't remember all the things that made it so they couldn't get back. Because I remember the beginning. I remember her getting, not stood up because he said, like, oh, my sister's sick. And also I was watching this movie, and as his car pulled up, I'm like, oh, it's not fair because I've seen this movie, so I already know what happens. But, like, that's like Chekhov's license plate right there.
Yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Keith Coogan's character Brad wanted, he had a crush on her, and he's like, oh, you're dating an asshole. And it's like, he's right, but that doesn't make him like, oh, date me now. I'm like, oh, Brad, no.
Yeah, well, and then I also like the friend Daryl and his, she looks like the girl that was in the latest issue of Playboy my dad has. And I'm like, go on.
Once again, proving your comment correct that there's no way that Elizabeth Shue's first boyfriend was freaking, God, what is Mike? His name is Mike.
Mike Toddwell. And I'm like, of course his last name is Toddwell. I'm sorry to any Todds out there. I hate your fucking name.
All Todds are douchebags. Every single Todd, including my father.
Nice save, Izzy.
Oh no, I'm throwing him right in there. They're all fucking douchebags.
Oh, my Todd interaction is minimal.
Aren't you
Consider
lucky?
you live a blessed life, Diana.
Let's see. When was the first time a Todd made you cry? I mean, mine was the day I was born. But for most people, it's probably going to be the Fox and the Hound. Y'all forget the fox's name was Todd.
Oh, don't bring up real things like that.
See?
Yes, real things like the Fox and the Hound.
Todds only make people cry.
Looking at you, Todd Bridges.
Oh no.
What are you talking about? Anyway.
I need a minute. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, the only Todd I knew of was from the Sweet Valley High series. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm assuming he was a douche.
I read some of those. Which one was Todd?
One of those in retrospect things. Yeah, no, it turns out he was, but he was like the love interest to the twin. Sorry. There's Southern California twins stories, and it was, yeah. Don't, you know what?
It's what you read when you ran out of Babysitter's Club. Yeah, I remember a couple of them. Is he the one who got in the car accident and didn't want to tell his dad?
Maybe.
He was the one wearing the neckerchief.
They're all wearing neckerchiefs, Steve.
Exactly.
That does not cut it down.
I believe he was the blue neckerchief.
I would say that's like saying the one who was blonde.
The one with blue eyes.
Oof. Yeah, well, this actually goes to show you how much that we're totally into this Adventures in Babysitting, because it's just like we're talking about Todd from Todds in general.
Yeah. And it's only part of his last name, Todd Well.
Oof.
So I also want to say the pesky neighborhood friend here.
Mm-hmm.
Very much looks like, I know it's not, but he looks a lot like a Ferguson from Clarissa Explains It All.
Oh, that's a good call right there. What happened to him?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say drugs.
Oh, that's actually really, really possible. You know, with apologies to Brad Renfro and the like.
The like of which there's a long, long list. Unfortunately, stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs.
Yeah. Oh God, I was just reading recently that like Goldberg from Mighty Ducks just got out of rehab or something. I'm like, I think
Geez.
he just recently had to deal with something, and I swear it was Goldberg from Mighty Ducks.
Oh man. Well, hopefully he'll be back for the reboot series. They just released the trailer for.
Is it animated and they're ducks?
No. It's got Emilio in it. I assume all the kids are now the fathers or something.
Oh my god, and I want them all to just be bald and smoking and like middle-aged divorcees being like, yeah, we gotta get our kids back into this. All right, I looked it up. Ferguson from Clarissa Explains It All. Jason Zimbler looks like he lost all his hair, went to the University of Notre Dame, and became a software designer for HBO.
Oh. Well, thank you for HBO Max.
That's actually pretty close to what happened to Maya Bruton, who played Sarah. She is a lawyer.
Oh.
She also lost all her hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at least she's got that Thor helmet to help her out.
I believed you, damn it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so they got to go in the city to save Brenda because Brenda's the absolute worst. Apparently she just ran away because, I don't know, white people problems.
Mad at her dad for some reason, and she spent all her money getting down to the bus station and did not think it through.
No.
And I think growing up, I don't know about guys, but most girls, we have this friend who makes ridiculous rash decisions and then calls you crying to bail them out. I quickly learned to leave their asses at the mall.
Yeah, like, well, you'll figure it out.
This is what I'm trying to figure out, though. She took a cab to the bus station?
Yeah. Well, and then she's like, oh, that's right. I don't have any money to get a ticket out of here. And I'm surrounded by, I don't know, people.
Yeah, all the people who are, of course, terrifying because let's make this very important distinction. They live in the suburbs, and this is the big city.
This is like gated community suburbs.
Okay.
Like they've never seen melanin.
So this is one of these things, watching these kinds of movies, and Home Alone really struck a chord with me when I was a kid.
Uh-oh.
We were poor, but we were sort of the like, let's pretend we're middle class. So like we would rent rental houses that were in good neighborhoods, but you know, the one that really needs all its electrical redone and therefore becomes this ever-changing rental house. Yes, we lived in these sort of like weird crap shacks in good neighborhoods. And it was like our neighbors, you know, were like contractors, you know, things like that. You know, nothing like ridiculous, but it's like, yeah, good, hardworking neighborhood, blue collar, you know, making a decent wage. And then I'd watch these things and it's like, it's a regular middle-class family. Holy shit, their house has 27 rooms.
3 stories, 8,000 square feet, vaulted ceilings on every floor.
The family vacation to Paris.
Oh yeah, and Home Alone. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, our family vacation is cramming in my dad's one-seater pickup truck and driving into the desert to illegally camp.
Yeah, watching this, my only thought was, what do Brad and Sarah's parents do exactly? Even when we see the party and stuff later.
They own the building.
Like, they own the Sears Tower or whatever building that was in downtown Chicago. It's like, but what do we do here? All I know is production's up 300%. But production of what exactly?
Don't ask these questions. This is about the babysitter.
Yeah, true.
And also, I will say, thanks for pointing that out, Steve. When I went to Chicago, I marveled at the building. It's the building from Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, totally.
Little Sarah was on that windowsill.
Wait, that one guy's still up there. Yeah.
Oh my god. I started having like little palpitations for him. I'm like, I know he's the bad guy, but I'm just like, no.
Look, okay. I'm just gonna, you know what, we're gonna skip through, we're gonna get to that whole thing right now. Okay, so during their adventures in downtown Chicago, they apparently steal a Playboy from, I don't know, somebody who may loosely be involved with some sort of chop shop mafia thing.
Yeah, it was definitely mob run, for sure.
basically they follow them for the next however many hours to get the Playboy back. If they had just said, hey, oh, yeah, because it's got their notes about shipments to Phoenix or Cleveland or whatever the hell. But it's like, hey, give me my Playboy back or I'll kill you. They'll be like, oh yeah, here you go. Bye.
Yeah.
End of pursuit.
I was like fully processing it, just the domino effect of everything going wrong. Okay, flat tire, sure, that happens, of course, except why would that happen? Because it just, did it explode? Did they run over a nail? Why did
nail on the expressway, could be anything. I mean,
Mom
Chicago,
got a good deal on some retreads and...
Somebody threw out one of those overrated Chicago-style pizzas. It shattered when it hit the ground.
And then it just got jagged edges into the tires, but just the one tire.
Yeah, just the one. Yeah.
Yes. And, of course, the terrifying, but kindly, tow truck driver.
Oh, good old J.P. Pruitt, the happy hooker himself.
Oh, jeez. It's just like, again, all these things I don't remember. I'm just like, I know things go bad, but what exactly is car problem? Okay, great. And then, she left her purse. She has no money. Oh, I've done that, so I'm not going to fault her for that one. But, yeah. I don't know. When your best friend's screaming at you and then they hang up really quickly, I guess I would be frazzled and try to get out as quickly as possible, but I don't know. I need my purse, damn it.
Oh yeah, totally. Me too. I hear you, girl.
So here's my thing is it's an hour into the city and it's an hour out of the city. You've got kids, including at least one young kid. I'm going to make sure I have my purse because inevitably 10 minutes into the drive, I'm hungry. Let's hit a McDonald's.
Correct. Yeah. All of that is correct. Okay, so there's that happening.
And then the Pruitt or whatever, JP, he's like, he gets a call from Dawson, the garage he's taking it to, and he's like, oh yeah, I saw your wife's car parked in front of his house. Like, what? I'm gonna go kill that son of a bitch, or whatever it is. And so there's that whole domestic violence incident that we witnessed too.
That was intense.
Yep. And then they go to hide in a his car, like a random car.
Well, because her car gets shot.
Yeah. And then it's being stolen, of course. Why not?
Yeah, it's Chicago. It's a caddy in Chicago, babe.
Yeah, I don't know. And then that's taken to the chop shop, and then they're running from the mob with their new Playboy.
Getting stolen by the nicest car thief in the world, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's classy.
Yeah, good old Joe Gibb or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the he's the car thief with the heart of gold, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, he's just stealing cars to get through med school.
It was actually pretty nice when she's just like, can you just let us out here? He's like, no, I'm not. I wouldn't even get out here.
Yeah.
It could have been so easy. It's just like, good luck. Goodbye.
Yeah, he could at least been like, you know what? If I go 3 blocks this way, at least there's a gas station I can leave you at or something. But yeah.
That's my thing. His biggest mistake was he takes them back to the chop shop with him.
To the center of the chop shop, next to the table of mobsters.
Just say you hit some traffic and drop them off at like the nearest mall.
That's actually in the dialogue. I'm not taking you to a mall.
Yeah.
I mean, unless not being on time would have been worse as if he had brought them with him?
I don't know. For plot convenience, I think, is why he brings them along. Because then, while they're running away, they can stumble into that blues club and have... Look, if there's a flaw in this movie...
Just one?
One and alone. Babysitting blues number. It's not the greatest. I mean, it's catchy, don't get me wrong, because it's the blues, but...
Okay, so this is what I want to know, and then we can move on from this blunder, the one blunder in this movie.
Okay.
The fact that nobody leaves here without singing the blues is a rule. I'm trying to figure out. They were on stage, so they could make that case for them. They ran onto the stage and it was an accident and they just wanted to go. But he said that to the people chasing them that weren't on stage. So is it like they hold them there until they sing the blues? Like every patron, every employee?
Yeah, because it's like a karaoke night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like, all right, who's next? All right, come up. Do 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 do.
Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
We're recording a podcast.
Bum, bum, bum,
We're going to try to get through this movie fast. But it ain't going to happen because Steve loves Elizabeth Shue.
And that's about as good as the Babysitting Blues.
Oh, absolutely.
You're welcome, everyone. So they get out of the blues club and they jump onto the train.
Oh, on their way to the train, though, I don't know, this must have been something I completely forgot. Daryl or whatever gets propositioned by a 17-year-old hooker runaway.
Right.
As is tradition. I looked it up because I was curious, who plays the hooker in Adventures in Babysitting? Her name is Monica Devereaux.
Oh, okay.
She was the dance choreographer. She was also in the first two Home Alone movies.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you think Elizabeth Shue did all of the dancing in the first scene?
Not all of it, probably.
Okay.
Like, there's definitely scenes where she, like, jumps up onto the bed and stuff, and it's just, like, showing her feet and, like, spinning and stuff, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was probably edited and, you know, Monica.
Yeah. Well, those spins that she's taking, I'm just like, that's, like, ballet good spinning. I tried to do that when I was younger, and it's actually very comforting now as an adult that... No, there's a reason that I couldn't do that. She had a dance double. I want a dance double.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things like, can Elizabeth Shue dance? Probably. Have I ever seen her do it in any other movie? Absolutely not. So, yeah, I'm going to assume probably a body double for at least parts of it.
Got it. Okay. We'll crack that mystery when we're done here.
Yeah, when I interview Elizabeth Shue, I'll specifically ask her.
Put it out in the universe. We're on the train. Yeah. And of course, it is completely empty on what's most likely a Friday night.
Yeah.
That means that you're going to have a gang fight because it's the city.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, you blow off steam your way. Other people have different methods. It works out.
The point is that in the end, Brad gets stabbed in the foot and they have to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, but we get such great lines. Oh, well, you know, the gang leader's like, "Sit down, bitch," and you know, Brad like steps like, "Whoa, you need to apologize for that." He's like, "Don't fuck with the lords of hell," and throws the knife in his foot or whatever. Oh. And then Elizabeth Shue jumps up and says, as Diana mentioned, wait, can we swear on your podcast? Because I've been doing it the whole time. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. I just didn't want to catch people off guard that quickly at the beginning of the show.
I'm Diana. Don't fuck with the babysitter. Yeah, no.
That's the intro. Save it.
Yeah.
The other thing was, I was watching it edited, so they didn't bleep it out, but they just kind of like dropped the silence, or they
mute it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, when I remember watching Pulp Fiction on TV for the first time, and that was nuts to watch.
Were there a bunch of melon farmers everywhere?
I mean, not as many as you would think. They just kind of mute it out a lot, so there's like entire scenes where nobody talks, but you see their lips moving. like Bruce Willis jumping about his room after throwing a television and stuff, but it's like quiet.
Wait, you didn't have a lot of gosh darn melon farmers on your TV?
I don't even know how Quentin Tarantino sounded. I didn't make it that far.
That's why they cut those scenes and fill it in with commercials.
Yeah.
That's why you only go about 7 minutes and then it's a commercial.
It's like, it's a good thing I've seen this like 9 times on my DVD. Why am I watching it on TV? It's a great question. Click.
Because it's a communal experience, Steve. Other people are watching it with you.
I mean, possibly.
And scratching their heads wondering what's going on.
I'm confused. Wait, wasn't this guy shot dead in the other scene? Yeah. It's the style really doesn't translate to television well.
Okay, so on the train, when do they make it to the fraternity party?
Oh, it's right after they go to the hospital to get Brad stitched up, and they also, of course, conveniently run into Pruitt, the guy, the happy hooker truck driver guy, who's like, "Oh yeah, I took your car over to Dawson. It's gonna be $50 for the new tire," and I'm like, "Oh, $50 for a new tire with labor? God damn it, 1987."
I know, right?
Ooh, we also jump in, get a little scene with see how Brenda's doing, in her frazzled state, and she's a little hungry, so she's trying to get a hot dog.
And she's gonna sign over a check.
Yeah.
That Elizabeth Shue's mom wrote to Elizabeth Shue, and Elizabeth Shue signed over to Brenda.
Who gives a check to their child?
It's the 80s, man.
Everybody, there's a lot of talk in this.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Shue's got her checkbook with her. There's a lot of check talk in this.
Yeah, the hot dog vendor's like, I don't want no check, I want cash. And she's like, but I want a wiener. Well, you slip me the cash, and I'll slip you a wiener.
Classic lines.
Oh, yeah, and this is after her glasses have gone missing, too.
Oh, yeah.
She can't see a thing. Oh, Izzy, I thought of you when she started petting the kitten.
Yeah, so she walks away from the hot dog vendor, and she hears a noise over by the Coke machine, and it's a little kitten. Come here. Oh, you're shaking. Oh, you must be so scared. And then what happens, Steve?
Wasn't it a giant ass rat?
Is the two janitors come up and are like, ma'am, put the animal down. We have to kill it. Why would you kill a sweet little kitten? That's a gigantic sewer rat, ma'am.
That was a very clean, gigantic sewer rat, by the way.
Oh, that was totally somebody's pet rat. That was like one of the white. Actually, I think it might have been a Siamese. A little bit of a brown nose and the white fur and the red eyes. Yeah, wild rats are brown with dark eyes.
Yes, I brought in the correct expert.
Yes, little sweet snuggly sugar muffin rat.
Yeah, it's so unfair because I was looking. I'm like, no, that thing's cute. It is cute. Don't say kitten and it's a rat. And to make that the joke, that rat's cute. Ugh. Yeah.
Steve, would you rather hold one of my rats or one of our kittens?
Probably one of the kittens. Yeah.
But you're saying it's close.
Yeah, I mean, they're all horrible. Every last one of them, but...
That's not condemning the rats. That's just the lesser of two evils.
That's just condemning all of the pets.
Was it a bear-sized bee or 100 bee-sized bears?
Yeah.
There's really no victory.
That's the immortal question. Diana, would you rather fight a bee-sized or a bear-sized bee or 100 bee-sized bears?
I'm gonna go with the gigantic bee because then I only have to worry about one.
There you go. and only one stinger. After he misses or whatever, he's done.
Oh, I've already run. I'm
long gone by then. Oh no, he's flying after me. Brrrs.
Again, the fact that I can't keep the timeline straight, it is important to note that more than half this movie is over, and that's when we get introduced to guy I can't remember, but he voices Superman guy.
Yeah, George Newbern. God, what's his name?
Mike is the other guy.
Yeah, check, see if I got my notes here.
Yeah, my phone is not moving it fast enough. But the point is, because I enjoyed this movie where I watched pretty much the beginning and then pretty much the end, his name is Dan. Of course his name is Dan.
Okay.
Nice generic Dan, Mike, Brad.
Not Paul
Chris.
Rudd.
Not Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
oh my
not
God,
Paul Rudd.
Oh my God. Do you think if he was Paul, if George Newbern was Paul Rudd, he also would be ageless?
I mean, possibly.
Maybe. I'd believe it.
I don't know. George Newbern kind of went into voice acting, so I'm sure he's still a handsome-looking guy, but he, looks 50, as he should. Mm-hmm. Whereas Paul Rudd still looks 26.
Correct. Absolutely. And the same 26 that Bradley Whitford looks in this movie right now. As 18-year-old?
A 42? No.
So he's Wilford Brimley light?
I'll buy that.
See it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. But the point is that there's also this ongoing thing where the Playboy that was taken has this person, what was it, Shailene? That was the name of the person who was there because...
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you've got the notes are in the Playboy, and at some point they make it to the fraternity party. I assume it's a fraternity party. And they come in and they're just like, oh my God, it's Miss March. And, she comes in and he catches her eye as well. But at the same time, it's just like, that is an interesting question. Would a Playboy centerfold show up to a fraternity party?
Probably
With a
not a
bunch of
frat
kids.
party, but, more like the Playboy Mansion, I would assume.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and play devil's advocate. I think it is possible, because aren't most of Playboy centerfolds only like 17?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it
Or
would depend on which
19?
state it is. There we go. 18. 18. Over time.
If they're local, like they're, going to be a nurse and going to Northwestern or whatever, they're in Chicago and they're just going home to see the family, like, yeah, they might hit up a frat party, but
Here's
not
the
with
thing.
like 3 kids, though.
I think in Chicago that it's more possible than, Eden, Utah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, especially like, oh my god, I can't believe you're home for Christmas break. My buddy Brad is throwing a party. Oh my god, do you think they saw me?
Did anybody else think things were going to get weird when Daryl was taken off by a random girl to potentially get blown?
Right.
Yeah, that was really, really, really upsetting for me. Don't like that. Don't like it. It was easier to deal with when her jealous boyfriend was just like, hey, what do you do with my girlfriend? I'm like, oh, good. Thank God.
Oh, thank you, sir. The real hero of this movie. Mistakes were going to be made.
Well, the real hero of this movie is Dan. Yeah, I can't even remember.
Yeah. Well, Dan and, of course, Dawson, we find out later.
Mhm.
Dawson. We got Dawson here. See, nobody cares.
Ooh, by the way, Diana, did you notice what Dan drives in this movie?
Was it a Renegade?
Nope, it was a blue Jeep Wrangler.
Guess who owns a red Jeep Wrangler?
This guy!
Guess who used to own a red Camaro?
This guy!
Steve's entire life may have been predictated by this movie.
Guess who had a Buick Park Avenue that looked a lot like the Cadillac that Chris was driving earlier before the tire blew? This guy! Yeah, finding out a lot of things about myself in this movie.
Oh my God, that's so great. Oh, we should have had a different movie for you, Steve.
No, it's good. It's cathartic. I gotta get it out.
No, I meant like you should have been given a different movie. Like if somehow you had like the biography of Steve Jobs and then you went out and you created Apple computers.
Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Or actually, no, we should probably be closer to the time. So like Lawnmower Man, and then you would have been like the cyber guy.
And then it would be a simple guy who could cut lawns. I don't understand what you're...
Oh, you're the no.
Well,
No. She's saying you're the Pierce Brosnan.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, because I was raised with like Ghostbusters, so I could have been the college dropout that starts hunting ghosts. Wait a minute. Zach Bagans, did you have Ghostbusters growing up?
I mean, I never had my fiance kidnapped by Japantown gangs in San Francisco and had to go fight evil wizards to free him.
Yeah, that's true.
But you did live in San Francisco. Oh my God.
Oh,
It's true. I did travel to Chinatown almost on a daily basis to see my fiance.
Oh my gosh. Whew, I could have been kidnapped.
You joke, but I think you did have a couple of coworkers assaulted by gangs.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Ooh.
Anyway,
there is a very nice scene where they're dancing and she needs help because she needs money, and he did point out where the bathroom is. So that makes Dan a hero to me.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Here's $45 and there's the shitter.
Well, isn't that what everyone really needs out of life? Where the bathroom is and money?
Yeah.
$45 and a shitter? Absolutely.
That's a good Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there it is, $45. And then you've got Brad being kind of like sad because, damn it. If she's going to somehow not be with that douche, this guy isn't a douche.
Yeah.
I want her to be with me. Baby douche.
Well, and that's just the case. Like, if you want, like, he's dropping him off at like Dawson's garage or like driving him there in his cool blue Jeep because he's a badass, and then it's like, oh yeah, I guess you guys will have fun. At that moment, I've been like, hey, so here's my card, or how we do in 1987. Here's the number to my fax machine, and or the nearest payphone to the frat. I don't know, whatever. And it's like, hit me up if you
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to date guys under 42.
This is what I'm trying to figure out, though. Like, why did she? I mean, was it the whole like, no, I'm okay, we'll be okay, you can go now? She was uncomfortable that he was helping enough at this. It's just like, why don't I hang out here until you're on your way? And that's the ultimate. And just like, yeah, let him hang out for a few minutes and then you drive away. Like, I grew up that way. Like, no, I'm gonna stay here until you're actually on your way.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna overstep my bounds a little bit. I'm gonna go in with you because this is 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever it is. Or I guess around midnight or so, because that's right, the parents can be home by 1, something like that. Yeah, it's midnight in downtown Chicago in a shady-ass garage where you said you need $50 and, you know, I was only able to scrounge up 45 and, you know, I'll be there. I got your back, but, you know.
Well, then again, I suppose for the sake of convenience to the plot, like, if he was there, they just would have been turned away the end, and then Sarah wouldn't have had her moment of, you know, connecting with Thor.
The true. Oh yeah. Oh Thor.
Oh Thor.
This is like the best Thor movie until Ragnarok came out.
It really is.
Yeah. This is the most common, like, I think, the most attention Thor gets until Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And it's like 4 minutes with Vincent D'Onofrio, or D'Onofrio, you might say.
I believe he's actually credited as...
Oh yeah, Vincent Philip D'Onofrio.
And I was like, what? No, that can't be him, right?
I guess the original Vincent D'Onofrio was out of the union by the time Law and Order came around, so...
Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio, that's my father. I'm Philip. I'm good old VP D'Onofrio, or whatever.
Oh, but sure enough, Thor, ever the hero, because he has his magic helmet with him, lets them go with $45.
Yeah. Oh, and the best part is she's like, can I get your name and address so I know where to send the check for $5 to? Ladies, when's the last time you wrote a check? I'm just curious.
If I told you yesterday, would you believe me?
Actually, living there in San Francisco is the last time I did, because the antiquated system in my the old apartment there in the Presidio was you had to pay with check.
The last time I wrote a check was for an totally outdated craft show that only accepted check, and I had to pay to get a new checkbook because I hadn't used a check in 8 years before that and still had my old address on them.
I wrote a check to the DMV.
Oh, okay, DMV makes sense.
Oh,
absolutely.
You know what? I take it back. I wrote a check for the DMV.
Yeah. all those state-of-the-art government institutions. Yeah.
All I know is that check made it so I didn't have to go into the DMV.
Oh, well, there you go. Money well spent, paper well spent.
Oh, yeah.
For the price, I mean, they tell you on the envelope, for the price of a stamp, you just saved this much. Yeah, take my check.
Shut up and take my money. Also, why can't I do this online and then we don't even have to pay for a stamp?
Why do none of your machines work? Why are you not doing anything? Why do I have to go talk to that person when you allegedly work here? Why? Yeah.
Oh, I've told 3 different DMVs that they're not real DMVs because a machine was down that couldn't do whatever I needed to have done that day, and they can't do it at the desk anymore. And so I was like, oh, so you're a fake DMV? And they're like, no, we're a real one. I'm like, no, a real one could do this one function, and you can't right now. Oh, all right. Now that we've angered up the blood, goodbye, Thor. So we're gonna go get our friend and head home, right?
No, not yet.
What?
They got to be chased by the people who want the Playboy a little bit more, and they have to, of course, end up where their parents' party is.
Oh
no! Even before then, they're driving by the restaurant.
Oh, that's that French restaurant that Mike was gonna take me to.
Holy cow! Your boyfriend's there with a different chick.
Yeah.
And I love that Brad, when they get in there and confront him, Brad's like, I can't believe you would let a girl like let down a girl like this. This is Elizabeth Shue, god damn it. Who's this trollop, You made a mistake, pal. And I'm like, yeah, pointing out the obvious, But then, what's his nuts?
Todd.
Todd, he's like, yeah, well, those legs are like an iron box. There's no getting into it. And I'm like, that she's just not that into you. That's all that is.
Yeah, that's just, you're an asshole. And that was the point. Good job. Good job, Bradley Whitford. Do your
By
thing.
the way, this was your anniversary. This might have been the night, buddy.
This probably would have been the night. I mean, did you see her dancing earlier?
Oh my god. Okay, so that's actually the next thing. She said this is going to be the greatest night of your life.
Yeah.
Like, anniversary. Then...
Yeah, but after all the, catching them or whatever, like, I really want to hit you, but I'm not going to. And of course, that's why you bring your friend Daryl along. He's like, I will. And fucking Sparta kicks him in the ass.
Like, into another table.
Yeah.
By the way, the poor maitre d' here. Like, why are all these 17-year-old kids fighting?
What the fuck is going on? Sacre bleu.
And they get to leave, just like very easy. Like, see you around.
Yeah, and the car's still like right there waiting for him in valet parking. Like, this will only be a minute.
Oh my god. Okay, yes. So now we can go home, right?
Wait, where's Sarah? Has anyone seen Carl?
By the way, Sarah's been with them. She's not a dumb kid. She knows they're being chased by all kinds of weird shit. Why did she wander off?
There was toys.
Yep.
That's actually the reason she wanted to see the toys.
She wanted to see toys in the window. Plot!
Oh, speaking of plot, you look up, you see your dad's building, and then you run to it, and then you're there. Like, no, from that angle, you are.
Okay, that part, and when the rest of them do it later, totally had me thinking about, oddly enough, the movie Skyscraper starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But you actually see his journey where he's running across town and like jumping on trucks and cars and shit. And then, oh my god, that when are we going to talk about that movie on our podcast? Because that just the calories burned by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson during that movie. You gotta
sign me up.
All right, you're in.
Yeah, but it's the year of the character. Is the character the skyscraper?
I mean, we're talking 2022, but
okay.
Although we are considering whether Jason Statham is technically a character, and it'll be like 4 or 5 movies where he's basically Jason Statham.
I think it works. Have me on for cellular.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, when he's a Los Angelino.
Oh, that is the greatest ever.
Yeah, so anyway, they all get to the Die Hard scraper. Or skyscraper. Yeah.
Yep. The Chicago Nakatomi Plaza.
Pretty much.
Where they're having a party. What happens when you have a party but no one is taken hostage?
I mean, all the action happens on the floors under construction. Am I right?
Yeah. So it's Die Hard inverse. So everything's happening on the outside. Got it. Yeah. And also, I like that they had the thing that was popping into my head. She runs into the building. She runs into the elevator. They don't get to her before the doors close. And then we go back. I'm like, there's 40 something floors. How can you possibly? Oh, see, she smudged chocolate on the 2 floors. Got it. Yeah. Good job, movie. Way to wrap up that plot hole.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, as we alluded to before, one of the guys chasing her was left on the edge of that building, and I'm still like,
yeah. Okay, so she's running for the guys, and she goes out the window to, I don't know, just hang there. There's also like the rope that's already out the window hanging out, and I'm like, what? Why is that a thing? It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
But she like slides down a couple of floors, like because it's like a diagonal window. I don't know. You guys have all seen Jackie Chan's First Strike, right? Like, it's basically that stunt, but with a like 7-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Just look it up.
I'm still having the heights problem, but go on.
Oh yeah. But and then the mob guy, look, the African American mafia chop shop guy, he like goes out after her, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd be doing that. He actually seems like, look, I don't want to hurt you, I just want to get the fucking magazine, please. Look here, I'll save you, and then just give me the magazine. But then it's like, he I forget exactly what happens, but like he's stuck out there, and then. Yeah, they're just kind of waiting out there, and the rest of them get to the parents' party or whatever that's going on, and they're like hiding from the parents, but then notice her out the window, and so then they go up 2 floors to put the rope down and blah blah blah, and they just leave the guy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, he's been trying to kill him this whole day.
Yeah.
Right. And also, to be fair, Steve, we just want the magazine thing. They never put it that way. They always keep saying it's just like, we're not going to hurt you. We just want something from you. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. The one like really creepy dude is always talking about like, yeah, we get the magazine and then we take care of them. Plap plap in the river. You know.
Well, yeah, because the boss here is gonna kill the kids because they're witnesses. Everybody else is like, can't we just take the magazine and go?
Look, witnesses to what? The chop shop? They don't know where the fuck they are.
They can get put away for 20 years.
When they were in the chop shop, I was literally like, just tell them like, look, I don't fucking care. I mean, hustle, motherfucking hustle. Like whatever, do what you gotta do.
Even know
I just want to get out of here.
I want to just go back to the suburbs.
You don't think that murdering some children is not going to cause some other problems?
Yeah.
Right?
You're like, oh no.
Now it's murder. Oh, jeez. Yes, murder. Wait, are we... So he's left on the ledge, and then next they go home. No, they get Brenda.
Nope, not quite yet. No, well, they're about to leave, and then they run into Joe again, and he's like, "Hey, I really need that magazine." And so they give him the magazine. It's like, all right, cool. Well, what about your friend out on the window? Psh, I'll take care of him later. No big deal. But then they run into eat. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll pick him up in a couple hours, whatever. And I was expecting like him to go back later, like 10 minutes later, and he's gone. Like, oh shit, did he fall?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, but instead they run into the main bad guy, the real evil one. And Joe punches him in the face. All right, let's go.
There will be no consequences.
Yep, none whatsoever.
Oh.
Roll credits.
The end.
Yeah. Wait, there's more. No. So now they go to pick up Brenda right at Mammy's restaurant.
Just get in the damn car, Brenda.
Yeah. Oh, but did you... Okay, so it's Mammy's restaurant, but did you see what their specialties were?
I missed it. What happened?
Snacks and pancake creations.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Steve wants snacks and pancake creations.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Now we're going home? We're going home.
Yeah.
Which,
finally.
by the way, it was like a huge journey to get there. Mm-hmm. They just have to speed to go home, right?
Yeah, it's like 10-15 minute drive, whatever. Yeah.
That was the other thing, though. They're just like, oh my god, they like, a la Ferris Bueller's Day Off, they see the parents on the road. And they have to zoom right by. Brad, how fast do your parents drive? 45? I hope that's not the case on the freeway.
Yeah, they're those people.
Ugh. Yeah. But they speed past exactly what Izzy thinks you should do with a Brenda-type friend in your life. That's exactly what Chris does. Brenda, go home.
Brenda, just go home.
I'm done with you. Go.
I don't care. Go home. Jeez. Yeah, and I do really appreciate this sequence where you've got her cleaning the hell up. She doesn't just do like a half-assed version of it either. She's just like Windexing things and stacking things and still able to do it with a really cool flip over the couch and you're reading a magazine. Oh, hi.
Oh, hey, how was dinner? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's cool. That's cool. So she gets to leave. Hooray. That's the end of the day. How much money do you think she made for the night?
Hopefully at least $45.
No, okay.
No, let's just say, yeah, like I remember babysitting back in the, well, I guess early 90s or
it's
whatever.
Like $1 an hour.
Yeah, it was like $1 or $2 an hour, or like, hey, the whole night it'll be $10. Ooh. But I don't know, when you live in the gated community there in the suburbs, is it more?
But she's not doing it for money. She's doing it because she's bored.
Yeah. Well, she's also trying to ignore her sadness.
She's doing it so she can save up to spend, $1,200 for an entire college education in 1987.
That is true.
Good times. 87.
Yeah.
So she leaves, and I mean, what happens next, Steve?
He comes back. Dan the Stallion in his blue Jeep comes back, and he's like, oh, hey. Well, first off, I guess she's like, oh, did you like follow me here, creepazoid? And he's like, no,
no, the little girl. I think she would like her skate she left in the back of my Jeep. It's got her name on it.
Name and address and everything. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You're not a serial killer. Although you do seem to have the eyes of a serial killer.
Oh, this guy 100% looks like serial killer.
What, devastatingly handsome?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm creeped out
That's how
by
they
guys.
get you.
I'm creeped out by guys with light eyes and dark features. Ugh.
Oh, that's right. We had this conversation.
Yes, they're all just too Elijah Woody. Ugh.
But Dan also has a job offer for her because he needs a babysitter.
Oh no, I think I'm retiring for that.
No, like really, I need a babysitter.
For who?
For me.
Well, I remember it being a little less gross back in my youth.
I mean, for an audio podcast, you really have we can't have the music swelling and all that. You know who does the Home Alone score? Is it John Williams? I don't know, but Danny Elfman. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know.
First off, at the end of it, see, this is I love this, and this is an amazing soundtrack. You got Sam Cooke as she's leaving the house, and then then he kissed me back.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Call back to the beginning.
He kissed me.
It's a great song. I love that song.
Absolutely. And the Sam Cooke too.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on home to me. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. See. Yeah. Yeah. We could go on tour.
I'll book it now.
It's so funny is that this is Adventures in Babysitting. So many things happened, and yet for me, she has a bad thing with her boyfriend, and then this other guy comes along, and it's really, really sweet. That's what this movie's about to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Diana, when do you think they fell in love?
Oh, interesting. When he gave her $45.
Is that all it takes?
Steve, how many strange women have you given $45 to before you met me?
Oh, more than I would care to admit. But they needed to get the kids they were babysitting back to the suburbs, and
Put
no further questions.
Through nursing school.
Yeah, right. The weird part was they wanted it $1 at a time, so nobody. All right, I'm done.
Nice try. Didn't happen. What do you think, Steve?
Well, I guess I posed the question, which relationship are we talking about here? Because there's really two. I mean, obviously there's the Chris and what's his name, Dan or whatever thing, and that. Mm-hmm. But Dan's in the movie like 5 minutes total, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And is age appropriate.
Yeah, and age appropriate, which is always nice for these kind of things. But I don't know. Like I always thought the love story of this movie was really between Brad and Chris, and that infatuation of between a sophomore and a senior, basically. I think they're
the unobtainable goddess who's gonna shape his female choices.
Look, not completely unattainable. He's 15, she's 17. I think
she's the girl next door, but she's gonna go off to college and leave him behind before he even graduates. And so, is he gonna be like searching for his Chris and every woman he dates from then on out?
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I mean, Brad does what he should do. Like, he stood up for her in the subway and ended up getting knifed in the foot and, all that stuff. But then by the end of the movie, he kind of realizes, he stands up to Todd they're at the restaurant and stuff like that. But yeah, by the end of the movie, he's realized, you know what? Girls are going to come my way. I'll find the right one out there. And I mean, that's a real story. That's a real story.
And I'm going to give you that because when it was over, I was actually really, really pleased. Like, I knew how the movie was going to end. I was really pleased that just, it didn't just like, oh, Brad, you're so great, I'm going to date you now. It's like, no, there's like a real separation between them, and they went through a thing, and they're friends.
Yeah. Well, okay, there was one part, like, watching it this time that was a little weird to me. When Brad's out on the rope saving his sister or whatever, and like grabs her, and she's like, oh, Brad. I'm like,
Oh.
what the hell?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird line.
Yeah, just I think the ADR needed to be better with Sarah saying that.
yeah, it's just more like, I see what they're going for with the, oh, my hero, that kind of thing, but it's also like, ugh.
I'm thinking the reason why that particular character would say it that way, she's obsessed with Thor, right?
Yeah.
That's how every girl that Thor rescues is gonna go, oh, Thor! So it's just, whoever her rescuer is.
Yeah, I can see it. But yeah, I can see it's not like, it's more saying like, hey, we're all teenagers, we all want to be in love, but just keep in mind, like, your hormones are completely out of whack. Like, don't. I mean, Diana, you met Ryan in high school, right?
Right after, like 3 months after high school.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, well then, shit on my point. Why don't no?
But back up. Get to your point, and I will have various crushes that I could make your point with.
Yeah, like we've all had the crushes like in high school and stuff. Like maybe we asked him out to the dance or whatever and it didn't turn out well. We're like, oh man, I totally screwed that up. Now I'm gonna die alone and blah blah blah, and oh my god, I just got a nut. I don't know, that's how boys think most of the time.
Yeah. But sometimes they pick you up at the bar and they wine you and dine you and charm you, and then you find out that you're the cover for their 40-year-old fiance that they're hiding from their family so they don't get cut out of Rich Daddy's will. Yeah.
All right.
Happens to everybody.
That sounds oddly specific, but yeah, see, we all make mistakes is what I'm saying. But it's like, hey, be optimistic, be you, be a gentleman or a lady, and you'll find that right person.
Agreed. And also, like, I have some really bad poetry from that time, so it does get better, people.
Oh, that was gonna be another one of my questions. Was when they bring up Brad's poetry. Like, have you guys ever written love poetry for somebody? I guess we know.
Nope.
No, Steve. It wasn't about them. It was about my pain. It's
about her
them.
breakup afterwards.
Even better.
No, it wasn't breakups. I never had a chance, and it was just like, why? Why don't you love me?
Aw. Do you need to read some of your poetry? Get it off your chest?
No. I think I burned it in shame in my 20s.
Even better.
Woo!
You know what? That
fire
like,
cleanses all.
Burning of things that bring you shame is also like super cathartic and like, all right, we can let go of all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, burning all the evidence. I mean,
yes, Steve, where's your poetry?
It's on a floppy disk somewhere. like not even at my house, like probably at one of my friends' houses because they had a computer. Like,
saved somewhere.
Is it horrible? It's absolutely horrible, I'm sure.
Saved somewhere on a Commodore 64.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then I will pose this question, and I'm glad you brought up the whole relationship between Chris and Brad versus, Chris and Dan, but like, what happens next?
Oh. Man, I've been waiting for this Adventures in Babysitting sequel for years. I know they like rebooted it like 4 or 5 years ago. Wasn't like Jonah Hill in like The Babysitter or something like that? It was supposed to be like this.
I don't know if it was meant to be. That's definitely like a movie, but I don't know if it's meant to be connected to that at all. But there is an Adventures in Babysitting that I think was like the Disney Channel.
Ugh.
So
well, good for them. I'm sure it's great.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the story again, but now it's modern. Like, there's no checks in this one, I assume.
Damn it! Now we're gonna have to find out. I have to find out they're like suburbanites and they go into the the blues club from Weird Science. No, I don't. Drink it.
There is a microphone, like there's like some sort of performance thing. I remember seeing something like that when they were doing commercials for it.
Oh yeah, I assume if it's Disney Channel or whatever, I assume there's at least 4 musical numbers,
Mm-hmm.
We're driving to downtown on a Friday. Yeah.
But the SATs are tomorrow.
You were gonna pass them anyway.
Anyway. Yeah, so what happens next, babe?
Well, let's see. Unfortunately, Dan is going to figure out that Elizabeth Shue is still only like 17.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go with too.
And he's going to realize, that relationship, that can't happen.
When's your birthday again? 7 months, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll see you in the summer.
So he goes back to his fraternity because that's where they met, at his fraternity his frat party, and goes off and lives his life and becomes middle-aged divorcee. Elizabeth Shue graduates from school. She's so heartbroken. She decides, and so many weird things have happened in Chicago. She's really got to get out. So she goes cross country to go to school. They live their lives. She also ends up divorced because sometimes things just don't work out, especially when you're out in Hollywood.
Wait, who'd she divorce?
Yeah, some guy she met in Hollywood.
Some douche like Mike Toddwell.
Yeah,
okay.
But then her and Dan reconnect in their 40s after when she moves back home after inheriting her parents' palatial estate. And she doesn't want to live in the suburbs of Chicago, but she's got to clean the house up for the sale. And he happens to be driving by to relive one of those moments. And they meet in the driveway. Like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Dun, 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 dun.
They can add the his and hers kids together.
I like. Oh
Keep
my
the
gosh.
oldest daughter and the oldest son apart.
Becomes a his, hers, and ours or whatever situation. Yeah. Cheaper by the dozen. Oh no! Elizabeth Shue comes back and now Steve Martin, Father of the Bride reboot. No. Yeah, that's actually really good. That's a lot better than I was thinking, because I was thinking, she goes off, they date for a little bit, Chris and Dan or whatever, but I mean, they date once and then he's like, oh wait, that's right, you said you were in high school. Shit, sorry, I'm still a little drunk from the party. But then a year or so later, she decides to go to, University of Illinois at Chicago or whatever, in the city, and she's just, at a bar one day and runs into an old friend of hers.
Is he bartending? Because he dropped out of school?
He's bartending because, the garage isn't doing so well. That's right, good old Dawson.
Oh, snap. She's going to get together with Thor.
Thor's hammer.
Is there flirty banter involving that $5?
Of course. No. She leaves a $5 tip, and he's like, "Yeah, that'll get you about even." Oh, it's you.
Oh no! So she just broke up, and she goes to the bar to have a drink alone. She's needs some time to think.
Oh yeah.
She finishes her drink, and she puts the money on the table, and he goes, "It's going to be $5 more. You're a little short." And she looks up, and it's Thor
with his long, flowing blonde hair, and of course, still wearing the wife beater. Still has a hammer in his hand for some reason, but I assume that's for pulverizing the mint.
Oh no! It looks like a hammer from the one angle, and then he turns his hand, and it's the juicer for the grapefruits for the greyhounds.
It's just a new promotional bottle of Goldschlager or something.
Like, hey, how is that kid sister of yours? Oh no, it was just the kid I was babysitting. Oh, really?
Oh.
At their wedding, is J.P. Pruitt going to be their, best man?
He's going to be the ring bearer. He's going to bring it out on the hook. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, see, and then Brad can have the graduate moment at their wedding.
Oh, yeah. Chris! And then they run off together. No.
Oh, no.
She's like, Thor.
Pruitt drags his ass out with his hook. And
I totally see Brad, a couple years later, we're talking here. Mm-hmm. Him and Brenda kind of being a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't need that mess in his life.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he's a grade A piece of... Look, okay, here's what happens. They're both awkward teenagers right now. He grows up to look a little more like Keith Coogan. He's kind of a handsome dude, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She grows up to be Penelope Ann Miller. Carlito's Way is 5 years from now.
No, I got it. Her and the neighbor guy get together. Way too young, get married. As soon as he turns 18, they get married because she's got to marry the first guy. Then she turns into Carlito's Way.
Okay.
Leaves him.
Yeah, she gets the LASIK surgery and is like, bye.
So turns out I'm hot. So
I'm finally able to see myself in the mirror.
So by the time
I'm too good for you.
So he's divorced before he can drink.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Twice, it sounds like, in our scenarios.
All of that checks out.
Apparently, a lot of ladies own like a quarter of a Camaro.
Oh my god. So, okay, I think we did it.
Nice. Nailed it.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just Izzy, you pretty much went through what it was that I was thinking, so I'm just gonna say Izzy said it.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh man. Thank you so much for joining me and walking through this thing that is Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, thank you for having us, Diana.
Well, thank you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. So, where can the listeners find this potential, year of the Jason Statham podcast character?
Well, of course, we're at Everything I Learned from Movies, available on all your favorite podcatchers. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at EILF Movies. That's Everything I Learned from Movies. We're on Patreon, too, if you're so kind. Babe, are you on social media at all?
I am. You can find me everywhere at Untidy Venus. I like a goddess who's bad at housekeeping. I'm over on the Etsy. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of the things. You can find my Etsy shop directly at untidyvenus.etsy.com, where I sell my handmade goods, including paracord dog leashes made by the fabulous Steve right here. I do block printed tea towels. I do cards, all kinds of fun stuff.
And if you use the code HEAMCast at checkout, you can save 15%. I think I heard Diana talking about that earlier.
Yes, and Diana gets wonderful gifts, which I still need to mail out because I'm a jerk.
No, you're not a jerk. It's the mail's fault.
No, I haven't put them in the mail, so I am the jerk. Then the mail can be the jerk.
Not to say, and see, that's the part where you know that you're working with a good person who does incredible art, because I gave her an out and she's like, nope, it was me.
I know how to take responsibility for my lack of actions.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it again. You go to untidyvenus.etsy.com. You use the promo code HEAMCast, HEAMCAST, and you'll save 15%.
That's 15. But
Yes,
still worth it. Yeah. But I was going to say, coming up on April 10th, we're also hosting a wonderful virtual art festival called Podcart Fest. Yes, PODCARTFEST. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We're going to have a lot of incredible artists and podcasters there, so you can check out their wares. They got some great virtual booths, and we're going to have a live stream with some special guests that I don't want to jinx, but keep tabs of us at Podcart Fest.
Yeah, we're combining podcasts and art, two different realms of creativity coming together at last.
Yeah, since we can't have the live art festivals, we got to do a virtual one, but it's going to be as interactive as possible. It's going to be fantastic. Come check us out. It's free.
Yeah, each of the booths is going to have a live chat. You can chat directly with the artists and creators, and then we'll have the live stream going. You'll be able to type questions Steve can ask our fabulous guests. It's going to be so good.
Oh, and if you're an artist or creator of some sort who would like to, join us and be a vendor, hit me up at podcartfest@gmail.com.
That's right. You say it one more time, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Podcartfest, that's PODCARTFEST @gmail.com.
Excellent. Excellent. Hey, is there any chance these special guests is the bald eagle from the Superman animated thing you were talking about earlier?
Potentially.
Okay. All right.
Dude, if we could get a bald eagle on our podcast. I know there's one that lives down the road, but I just feel bad bothering him.
Yeah, tell us about your childhood.
Interesting. Excellent.
If I learned anything about eagles when we were in Alaska, all we have to do is open up the dumpster and they will come.
That's right.
Open the dumpster. Open that
dumpster.
All right. So that's it for Adventures in Babysitting. Thank you again, Steve and Izzy.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Right. And then until next time, may your aftermath be happy.
Do 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 do. I'm Diana. Don't fuck with the babysitter. Yeah, no.
That's the intro. Save